Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets, putting them together, and just generally talking about Lego. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Creator 3-in-1 Majestic Tiger. This is set number 31129 and I paid $50 for this set. This set has 755 pieces. I've been finding that if you are concerned with piece or price to piece ratio or whatever, the Lego 3-in-1s have been some of the sets that offer really good value on price per piece. This, 750 pieces for $50, and I have seen this set on sale for $40, which would make it even better. So we'll take a look at this set. I'll review it, go over some of the articulation, then I'll be making a couple follow-up videos where I disassemble this and build one of the side builds or like alternate builds, and then I will disassemble that and build the last alternate build in a third video. So stay tuned for those. So I built this a little while ago, and I'm not sure where I want to start with the discussion of it. I think I will start on this little side build, accessory build, kind of foliage and some other stuff. There is a bird which does have one of these barb pieces as a beak, and this barb piece is kind of silver, which is nice. This bird, very simple design. I actually thought it wasn't going to turn out and look like a bird. I think it's pretty evident that it is a bird, and that's really well done. You get some other foliage elements in kind of the lighter green or lime green, and some eggshell, bottom eggshell, cracked eggshell type pieces down there, and some flower pieces, and then kind of just a rock structure. And it looks, these may be like lily pads or something, and this is kind of a small waterfall, a small stream of flowing water. And like in other 3-in-1s, this does allow for extra pieces to be used in the alternate builds. So, as a little side companion piece to this, it's not too bad. The scale is okay. I mean, this tiger is particularly big. This bird is particularly small, but birds are small. It's just some of the other like land elements and foliage elements, I don't know if they're really in scale with everything else. So there is some movement. These are clipped on, and so those can be arranged a little bit. Things can be spun around. Bird can obviously be perched at different angles, and this whole structure could theoretically spin around as well. So that's not too bad. I'll set that away. And now we can look at the main model. This tiger is pretty hefty, and I was unsure about this set for a while. It seemed like good value, but I just wasn't sure if I liked brick-built animals that much. Lately, since I've been building a lot of them, they are growing on me, and I'm more willing to accept some of the problems that are common, like exposed joints, exposed ball joints, for example. But I'm also really interested in, how they make certain organic shapes, how they make them work. So this one has a ton of articulation, a ton of movable parts, and that's really nice. So the tail is on one big ball joint. All of these sections in here are also ball jointed. Whoops. And so this can go up, down, it can curl, it can do all sorts of different stuff. It can maybe even be a point of contact for the full model. If we look at the back legs, these use kind of an angled piece. It's got plates covering it up, and I'm not sure if they use those for different mechs or not, or what that piece is exactly used for. It's kind of like a three-pronged piece. So there is no hinge right here in the back of the leg. The feet are on a ball joint, so those can make sure to make contact with the ground. And then these are on kind of the ratchet type joints that also have some in and out here. I've used these joints on some of the Brit-built dinosaurs, like in the T-Rex breakout. So both of the back legs have some range of motion there, and a little bit side to side, so they can be spaced out a little bit there, and then just the feet on the ball joints there. If we move up to the front legs, these were built with hinge elements here in the middle. Well, the front feet are the same, so on a ball joint there. These were built kind of with two hinges here, but they are clipped together there. So if you unclip that, there is movement there, but I'm not sure it's supposed to be. I think for stability's sake, we want that to be clipped in. So, but this also is on the same kind of joint up here that the back legs are on. So some forward, some back, a little bit of side to side. Both front feet are the same. And then in the middle of the body of this, we also have some joints. You can sort of see them in there. There's 3 connection points, which can be hidden pretty well, actually, if you look at how it's on the official photo, but also depending on how you would play with this or how you would display this. If the body's curved the right way, those joints and any gaps are pretty well covered up, which is really, really appreciated. Really, really nice. But that does give you some side to side movement here if it were to be walking, and that's really, really good. And then we can look at the head, and the head is connected to a ball joint, so it's got a little bit up and down, little bit of side to side. It can kind of go anywhere. These ears, sure, they can be rotated a little bit if you like. The mouth can open and close a bit, and that's all pretty good. So there are a lot of poses that this can stand in, including some that feel more action-y. There can be some with a claw out, I believe. So just with the 3 points there. I don't know if this can stand on just 2 legs, for example. I can try. I thought I almost got it there once. Let me see here. If we widen the stance a little bit. Maybe not. I don't know if you'd want to, but just so we can know, it's pretty tough. You might be able to balance it a certain way to get it just on its hind legs in a pounce position. But other than that, there are some pretty good. I don't know if even 2 will work. With using the tail. So now this leg is elevated, this leg is elevated, and that's not falling over immediately, so that's not too bad. There we go. I knocked it over. Let me rearrange my border. So it could feasibly be on 2 legs, the front and the hind leg, although it would be rather unsturdy. And so if it were to be, set like that, it might be momentary and temporary, or just be very, very careful around it. That could also be. And there might be more stable ways to arrange it on 2 feet. All in all, pretty well balanced. Lot of articulation. So now we can get into some of the finer details here. I think the tail is maybe one of the weaker elements. I know there's a lot of posability. I think the access and the visibility of some of this gray and dark gray throws me off a little bit. And I know it's to be, that's what you would expect, but it's not great for me. I don't know if there's a better way to do it, but even with slightly less articulation on the tail, I might find that it works better for a brick-built animal. That's all fine. I think the back leg section, how they do the coloration, the striping. Oh, there's a little something that can be covered up by the tail back there. And that is part of the set. I didn't put that there. But some of the striping and the colorization, or whatever the word is, on these legs is really good. Up here in the upper kind of back area there is really quite good. And even, how they used these pieces that are those angled kind of triangle pieces to give the impression of striping there is really well thought out and quite good. If we move on to the middle section, this was a big draw for me. I really didn't know how these stripes were going to be constructed. And I was looking at the box in the store and I was like, how is that done? And I had an idea of how it was done. And I was not correct, because I didn't think that some of these parts right here fit together so well. And if we look at those parts specifically that I'm talking about, it's this black, the slope there with the raised back. And then this is like kind of the inverted slope with a plate up there. And they use those that you put together kind of, they're not connected to each other. There's no studs in between those two. It's just this curve fits perfectly into this other curve there. And so they stud onto other points and just fit together really, really well. So that was great. These are printed tiles. Let me fix my stuff here. These are printed tiles. Very cool. Didn't expect that really, but certainly appreciated. The detail of the fur on the belly here and the curvature of the belly is very good. I like that a lot. I think using these different pieces to kind of indicate that is great. Same with under the neck here. These look wonderful. Striping on the legs, again, pretty fantastic in my opinion. Used some cool pieces in here, including these kind of, I keep calling them like wheel well pieces or something, but I see them in cars most likely, but I've seen them pop up in other stuff. The kind of jowls or the cheeks, the side of the mouth, really good here. More of those printed tiles. And then we can look at the face, because I was worried about this. I saw it on the official picture and I didn't know if I was going to like it when it was finished. So we can take a look head on, literally, of this face and some of its range of motion and the different expressions that you might be able to achieve. These eyebrows could be moved a little bit. This is kind of maybe more angry, and there's maybe some other ones, and I think that you could probably even pop those off and change them. Cute little nose, The teeth are very well done using those tan barb elements and also these, I don't even know what to call them, I guess teeth elements on the sides there. Mouth can open. We get a little suggestion of a tongue. Very good. Shaping is good on this. I was surprised when this head came together. I did not expect to like it as much as I do. And I think the shaping of it is really, really convincing and looks great for a brick-built Lego animal. The one thing I was concerned about was a big thing I was concerned about, even while building and even while having this constructed for some time, were the eyes. They're not printed eyes. They are not, I don't even know, but they're essentially a hollow stud with one of these kind of clip type pieces stuck through, a yellow or a yellow one, like at this angle, stuck through there. And that's how you get the eyes. And they look all right. They're kind of growing on me a little bit. I thought they were going to feel a little lifeless, but because the rest of this feels so organic and full of life, I think I can look past that. And I think they're maybe set back a little too far and a few other, minor criticisms of them, but they're pretty good. I would say they're pretty good. And in a set that I would otherwise say is very, very good, I think that's okay. So all in all, I really was impressed by this. Now, I haven't put together the other builds, but as this alone, it's one of the 3-in-1s where I say this, because I don't always say this, but for this alone, for this model, including the little terrain, 755 pieces for $50, maybe $40 if you can find it on sale, I think is a really great set. This is big, it is heavy, it can be sturdy, it can be, it could be played with, but it could also be displayed. I can imagine this being built up with kind of other, more to scale terrain in a really, really cool way. And so for that, I really, really like this set. And I don't have too many complaints, just the tail stuff here and maybe the eyes, and the rest of it's all pretty fantastic. I like all the articulation. I think you can get into a ton of poses. Detail is really good. Printed tiles are really great. Interesting building techniques to achieve this these stripes, which I was very impressed with. Everything for me kind of works on here, so I really like this. And if you like this video, consider giving it a like, and if you like my videos in general, consider subscribing to my channel so you can stay up to date on all the Lego content I will be posting here in the future, including the side build for this set, which looks like a bear, a panda type, but like a red panda, or maybe it's a a red panda, I think. And then another video for a koi fish. And so subscribe to my channel, look out for those videos, and until then, thanks. Bye.